Hi, I guess this is a voice reveal, so there you go. This is my voice, this is my bad English, I guess. Keyboard sounds in the background, pretty good audio quality. So we're gonna build this magnificent door over there. So yeah, you're gonna need a 13 by 2 by 8 area is what you need to get. Here's the material list. These doors are just like building blocks for the side and the top and bottom. Generally you'd want to prefer solid blocks. Here's like any kind of transparent block that you have, like slabs, glass. This is gonna be for the door frame. I'm gonna explain in a moment. Like some blocks are gonna need to be solid blocks, but some others transparent blocks. Let's start with the layout. Your door is gonna be up by 2 blocks up from the ground level. To start off, you'll want to count 4 blocks there, then add 4 sticky pistons facing up, 1 piston right here and 1 right there. Then you'll want to go 2 blocks this way, put up 3 blocks and add your double extenders. Same on the other side, 3 blocks up and these. Then go 2 blocks up, add a piston right here, then 1 block up and 4 pistons facing down, same on the other side. And there you go, got your piston layout. Now let's add the normal pistons. So this is gonna be for like some sliders, I guess. So you'll add 1 piston here and 1 piston in the corner. And then you want to have 1 piston like this and another piston here. It's just for placing this other piston, which is going to be facing that other piston. Sorry if you can hear the fan in the background. Now let's start with the right side. So you'll want to get your sides blocks and pretty much everything, like node blocks, observers, lever, redstone, repeaters. And then you want to have 1 block here with an observer facing from this node block, then add 2 blocks there, a node block and an observer facing up, 4-tick repeater and an observer here, which is going to power a block and a redstone dust. This is going to be for the double extenders. Now add observers like this, like in this formation, this, that and that. This is gonna power a redstone dust here. Now you'll want to have a node block here with the dust. With the dust. You want it to not connect with that one, so add a block and click it once so that it doesn't have the branches. Now you can add these 2 redstone dust, and I forgot 1 piston. There we go. Add 1 piston here. This piston is gonna have 2 blocks, a redstone dust, and a piston facing down 1 block away. So that it pushes these blocks back and forth. Now add a block, no block like this, and another block, redstone here, so that it powers this piston and also that piston, which is gonna retract this block every so often, so that it does the double extension properly. You'll also want a solid block here, so that this dust powers the pistons when they're over here. I think you need this observer like that. That should be the right side fully built. Let me just grab a lever. You'll want to place that lever here. There we go. Forgot a node block and an observer that is going to reset this piston. So now you should have the right side. Now let's build the bottom part. So you want to take the top and bottom blocks, if you want to change colors, and you want to place an observer block, observer block and again observer block. This observer, when it's gonna get moved by that piston, is gonna power a node block, which is gonna power this set of observers, like this node block, and this piston. Now add these pistons for later for powering that piston, and you should have the bottom working. As you can see, all of these trigger once. There we go. Let's do the top part now. So we are gonna have observer, make sure this observer is facing that way, block, observer facing the same way, block, observer facing down, observer facing this way. To reset the block conveyor, there's a slider, I don't know, you want to have an observer here powering this observer and that block and that redstone dust, so that when it moves, this piston is gonna get triggered, triggering this observer. So we should have the top parts. Also add an observer here for this piston. There we go. So we're only left with the left parts, so add an observer here, observer there, facing down, with a 4-tick repeater on top. This is gonna power a block, and take your transparent block. Oh wait, no. Place a transparent block here and a redstone dust there. This is gonna power the top piston, but we all want to power the bottom piston, so just add a block there. This transparent block is here so that this redstone dot doesn't power the node block immediately. It's gonna power it every other time. So to do that, just add a piston under this observer here. It's gonna get triggered by this block and this dust. Make sure to click it so that it doesn't power this piston. This dust is gonna get powered when this observer moves, so you don't want, when you build your door, to have a solid block here, otherwise it's just gonna power twice. I'm gonna explain that later, don't worry. So what we've done is same as this piston here. Every time you activate, like close or open your door, sometimes this block is gonna be here powering this node block, but sometimes it's not, like this. So both these blocks should be either away or next to the piston. They should be away when the door is open. So if you want to fix your door, I don't know, when it has a problem, just make sure to reset these blocks. Now we need to activate these front pistons. So just add an observer facing down and another observer like this into a block with the redstone dust on top. So that's going to power these pistons when they're here, and when they're over here we need a block there, and that block needs to be a solid block. So if I have done everything properly, you should have a working door. Yeah. Now let's just grab the door blocks. And there we go, the door works. So yeah, in case you wanna add blocks here, just make sure this block is a solid block. This block, I think if it's not a solid block, it works. Same for this block. What I mean by a solid block is a block like if you send the power, if you send a signal through it, like that, then it powers like a piston. If you take a transparent block, it doesn't. That's why I call it a solid block. Like this block is solid, this block is not. And yeah, one last thing, this block needs to be a transparent block, otherwise the door won't work. I could try, but this piston is gonna get triggered twice, so depending on where the block is, it's always gonna do like the closing or the opening. So just use a transparent block. What I did here was use a stair, so that it seems like just normal wood, but it's like kinda hidden. So there you go, here's your magnificent door. Hope I haven't made any mistakes. If you wanna have the input over like somewhere else, just wire some dust here, this, and it just works. In case you want to activate it like with the pressure plates, you want to have your pressure plates like this with piston dust under it. You want to have a piston and an observer. This observer is gonna get pushed over to this block, so you want to have your line going like this. And there we go. Added it nice in, but you can just wire this thing. It's gonna be ugly, but yeah. Wire this thing to the other side and build the same setup so that you have a double-sided activation. Just make that real quick. There we go. Made it just the same. When this piston extends, bounce this block. There we go. Just it's not spam proof, like this door is very fragile. This was my first 4x4 door, sorry. So expect I can make it better, but there you go. Got the voice reveal, you're happy. Well, nice skin. Bye.